Hey everybody, I had an interesting question come in. Can Medicaid come after my heirs? So I kind of knew the basic answer, but I wanted to do a little research and pick up some interesting little tidbits on this one. I always want to start with understanding Medicaid. We have to understand, in order to qualify for Medicaid, you have to be broke for the most part, right? You have to have very low income, and if you're married, it's the name on the check that they're looking at. Very little savings. They're going to look back 5 years, and for most of these, and again, each state is going to have some variations here and there. So going through specific numbers isn't good because each state increases those numbers each year and all that. But they're going to look back for 5 years. They have the right to go through and send a forensic auditor to make sure you've been broke for 5 years. So you can't hide your money. Okay, personal assets and residence are going to be excluded. Spouse can keep minimal savings, typically around $100,000. Really? So that's it. So the person that's qualifying for Medicaid can have very little income and usually around $5,000 in savings total. So hence the nice little picture here. They're broke. Okay, so going into Medicaid, we already know we're broke. So wait a second, what do you mean? Can they go after my heirs? Well, they can go after your estate. They can't go after really your heirs. They're not going to go take your children's money. They're going to take your money if you hid it or had it in other places. Because now think about that broke person that lives in that house, right? So in 1993, Congress made estate recovery mandatory. State Medicaid programs must recover certain Medicaid benefits paid on behalf of Medicaid enrollee. So for individuals age 55 and older, states are required to seek recovery for the payments of the individual's estate. Again, it keeps going to the estate. This is so important to understand. They can't go after your kids. They can go after your house. That's realistically what they're doing. The day you apply for Medicaid, if you own real estate, you better believe that they're going to put a lien on that property immediately. I always found it interesting that some of the social workers here in Arizona, they will tell people to go get a reverse mortgage in some circumstances. If you own your house free and clear, at least that's going to help protect a little bit of the equity in your home before Medicaid comes and puts a lien on the property. Very unique little circumstance that I had run into good 15 years ago. The social worker was working with a mother and daughter, and the daughter was a nurse, a qualified real nurse working in a hospital, and mom had fallen ill and needed 24/7 care. So daughter moves in with mom and started talking to Medicaid. Mom was broke other than the house they owned free and clear. The daughter wanted to take care of the mom, but somebody had to go work. So Medicaid had agreed that they would pay the daughter, since she was a qualified nurse, the wages that they would have to pay any nurse coming in. So it worked out really well. But the social worker immediately said, hey, but here's the thing. We're going to put a lien on the house immediately. So you own this house free and clear. And by the time we're all done with this, most likely there won't be any equity left. So have mom go get a reverse mortgage, give them access to half the equity in that house. So that way you can utilize that equity to help care for mom and any expenses along the way. This is going to help both of you in this circumstances. And it worked out really well. 10 years or so later, they had come back and had thanked me for everything that we had done to kind of work through all this and help out. So it was a really neat and interesting situation. So the answer is they will go after the estate. They will not go after the heirs. Okay, they will send threatening letters to the heirs that if you receive money from the estate, you owe it to us. And I've actually seen some pretty dirty letters from some states on the coastline over there. I don't want to get in trouble. I've seen some pretty nasty letters from some states. So please understand what they're trying to do is recover from things like that big mansion over there. They don't want people that are actually rich getting public benefits paid by taxpayers. So if you think about it from that perspective, Yeah, it kind of makes sense that they're going to go after recovery from this because you're supposed to be broke before you get any money from Medicaid anyways. All right, hopefully that puts a little bit of perspective. No, they can't go after your kids, but if somehow, some way you applied for Medicaid and the taxpayers paid your bills and you slipped your kids a bunch of money, yes, they're going to go after that money, the estate's money, not your kids' money. Let us know if we can help out in any way. If you're looking for our full classes, we do classes over Zoom nationwide. We also do classes in person, mostly in Scottsdale, Arizona. But always happy to help out if you're looking for those classes. The nonprofit website, fpfeaz.org. fpfeaz.org is where the schedule for all of our classes are. I'm sure you can also find them on our website, sesweb.net as well. Always happy to help out. January, February, even into March are usually the busy season for us. So if you need help with anything, get on the schedule as soon as you can, because I'm always happy to help in any situation, wherever, whenever I can. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't, click the button, subscribe. It's real easy. This YouTube channel is great. I get to put the messages out of the different topics every week. I put 3-4 videos on here. So keep up, keep coming back. There's always new content on here. Talk to you soon.